guys, welcome back. So today we are doing the valve cover gasket on my Miata. Reason being is it's visibly leaking oil as well as it smells pretty bad, and I don't want to risk an oil fire because it's leaking near the headers. So let's go ahead and replace that valve cover gasket. Okay, while I'm doing the valve cover, my pop-up headlight is really loose. Oh, here, hold on. So it seems to be missing the bolt back here. So I'm just gonna put a little nut and bolt setup in so that I have happy headlights. Okay, this is literally just a random nut and bolt that I found in the garage. Nothing special, but it'll do the trick. So I'm just gonna grab a wrench real quick. Ironically, it might actually fit better this way. Let's try that now. Oh yeah, that's way better. That's way happier. It sounds way better. I'll start by taking off this little vacuum looking line, which is hose clamp is placed really strange. We'll change that. That came off way easier than anticipated. So I'm doing this with hand tools, even though I got a surprising, okay, they're tiny little bolts, so be careful with them. I'm gonna put them on that little tray guy. Because one, it's pretty much all I have, unless if I borrow somebody else's power tools. And two, I really enjoy doing it with hand tools and showing everyone that you don't need to have anything fancy to work on your car. You just need the motivation. And I mean, I literally use hand-me-down tools that I've been given from people. And then, ooh, okay, that's a longer boy. My sockets I have from Harbor Freight. So, which actually are my favorite. I love that they're colored. It makes it visually so much easier. I'm actually thinking about getting a new set because my colors kind of rubbed off over time. I've had them for years. So I love them and I would recommend. So don't feel like you need some kind of fancy tools to start doing stuff to your car. Just try and start with something easy. Start with your oil change or a valve cover gasket, especially on something like a Miata. Super simple. Oh yeah, smells like burning oil over here. Looks like this is cylinder 1, this is cylinder 4 on this engine. Traditionally, that's how it is, but you never know. Always good to check. Don't mix up your coil packs or your spark plug wires or your car will not run right. You think that's sarcasm, but I have bought a car for $500 once because they didn't know that. And when I brought it home, I checked the spark plugs wires and they were all mixed up, and then the car ran perfectly fine. So make sure you know where they go. Yeah, honestly, it's a 30-something-year-old car. I don't know all of its history, so honestly, lines look pretty healthy. They're getting a little hard, so like maybe we're gonna keep an eye on them, but I don't think they need to be replaced right now. Like, they don't look cracked or anything. They are just feeling a little hard, which indicates at some point we're probably gonna need to replace them. Okay, there's the majority of the bolts, I believe. Let's see here. We're gonna have to attach where the coil packs go, which doesn't look like a huge ordeal. Maybe like a 12 or 14. And then we'll disconnect those, and then I think we should be able to slip the valve cover up. Take one more hose off the intake manifold side. I'm gonna do it this way just because this is old plastic, and I have a hunch if I do that wrong, it might crack. And I plan on driving this car this weekend, so can't risk that. There we go. You know what? That might have been it. This might come up. Let's see, I'm gonna try and grab a little screwdriver guide. My broken one. Got a Call Craftsman warranty. They love me there. Oh, okay. All right, well that seems like it. Perfect. Woo! And there we have our valve cover. So I'm gonna take it off, and wow, there is no gasket maker on this, which is great. I love that. I think that's how it should be. I'm gonna put this on the ground on a cardboard box, and we will replace the gasket. Now that I have it on the cardboard box, I'm gonna grab my new gasket here, open it up, and literally just press it in. Pretty simple. Fortunately, I do not have time to get this powder coated before the event that I'm driving. Otherwise, I would totally do that. I'm gonna brake clean this out just to get it nice and clean and get some of the buildup off of the edges so that we know when it starts leaking again, because it's kind of inevitable. This gasket's not as crusty as I anticipated, but same as those vacuum lines, they are quite stiff. So, not terrible. The one off my NC might actually have been worse, and I have pulled some off of Mini Coopers that are rock hard. So, not terrible considering this car's 30 years old. Somebody's probably done that in its lifetime. Thankfully, we love somebody that has done at least some type of maintenance, some attempt. But here's our new one, which you could see is so much more flexible and happy than this one. Not by much, not terrible. This really is not bad, but it's still leaking. Okay. So this goes right in the crevice. You cannot mess this up. It only goes in one way. If this is your first time doing this, you got this. I believe in you. So you can see what I'm doing here. Just make sure you wipe this up best you can, and if yours has any gasket maker, get a razor on there and scrape it off. Okay. Go. Now we just need to get these plug wires back over. It's okay. All right, there's the valve cover, all on and ready to go. Honestly, even just cleaned up, this looks way better than having the oil and grime all over it that's been caked on there from the heat and the dirt getting in it. Looks way better, way cleaner. I'm so glad that I did this, and now I don't have to worry about an oil fire. So, win-win. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I will catch you in the next one.